So doshas, they are physical. Dosha word is only used for physical. So they are three: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Sometimes we mix up between the gunas, mental gunas. I'm talking here about gunas of doshas, that's separate. And gunas as sattva, rajas, tamas, that's separate. There is a lot of mix up that happens in between. Guna is just word for properties, and anything can have properties. Mind can have properties. Self can have properties. So that's why we don't mix up between these. So dosha that I am covering today is the three doshas as of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Okay, which means physical doshas, as what this body looks like, what this body feels physically, not as of happiness, sad. Those are part of mental gunas. Sometimes they get mixed up that when we do the quiz, dosha quiz, there are some mental symptoms also. Okay, but that's not primary for understanding physical dosha. Anything that is in the body has impact on everything else. But I just want to tell you, anything to do with the mental, feeling, emotional, all of that is the area of mental gunas, which is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, or sattva, rajas, and tamas. So now here I will cover these doshas, vata, pitta, kapha. They are perceived, observed, and experienced through the physical properties. I mean, we know the word vata, pitta, kapha, but what does that exactly mean? Right? It's a group of properties, right? That's what is the identification of dosha. We cannot put our finger on something that this is vata in the body. We only know them through the properties, right? So your primary focus has to be on the properties or gunas. And the gunas correspond to the constitution of each dosha. In this case, Vata is predominantly made up of air and ether. So air and ether, the heaviness comes from earth, right? And that is not there. So that's why it will be light. There is no water in it. Water brings the oiliness or moisture. So there is no water in it, so it's dry. There is no fire in it, so that's why it is cold. Absence of heat is cold. And then air is moving. Earthiness brings the stability, right? So this is air and ether, so it's moving. So these are physical properties of vata. So if we think of vata food means vata increasing food, then the food will have these properties. It will be light. When you hold it light, it will be dry to touch. It will be cold when you eat it, not spicy or anything. It will be moving, right? Pitta is made up of fire and water, primarily fire. So fire gives it heat, light, sharp, fluid, but primarily hot. Okay, so any food we call pitta increasing food, they will be hot. Hot not only as a temperature, but hot also when they go inside, they increase heat. Spicy. So the spice is the one good example of pitta food or increase of heat in the body. That is pitta. Okay. For kapha, it is earth and water. Right? So earth means heaviness, water means fluidity or moisture or binding. So this is heavy, cold, oily. So some examples we think about, then all the dairy products, all the hard cheese, all kinds of oils, butter, mayonnaise, all these kinds of things, or heavy meat, like say pork, beef, they are all more kapha. Okay?